Hey, blessings, divinity. How are you? How are you? Welcome to Wednesday Live and Power Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting. I'm a divine interpreter, psychic life coach, and mentor here to assist you with elevating to your next level of greatness so you can create and live an abundant life. How long has it been since I told you all that? A long time, right? But welcome. Thanks for being here. Hey, Anitra, how are you? How are you? How's your day so far? I know I just left you a message. But did it change since we spoke last? How's it going? How's it going? I got on just a couple of seconds early. So let's just let everyone go ahead and join us. And you know what? I'm going to pull a card. That is so good. Hi, Lacey. How are you? Welcome. My voice, can you hear? It's a little cracky still from the retreat. It's like, a little deeper than it's usual. It's usual. Ooh. Okay, so I'm pulling these cards for those of you that are on with me right now. So I see there's four people on. This is for the four of you. So go ahead and get at give it a thumbs up if you would like to get these cards. It's just for y'all. It's not for the rest. This is just for y'all. Okay. So let's see. It says community and door to value. So what I'm receiving is what you pour into your community and what you allow your community to pour into you will have a direct connection to the increase of your value. And it's not just pertaining to like monetary value. This is your overall value. For some of you that are with me right now, the message is that saying that you are only as strong as your weakest link. For some of you, it's time to reevaluate your circle. And for others, it's time for you to strengthen your connection to the circle that you're already in, right? So whereas you may not necessarily rely on your circle for those really tough or dark moments that you experience, you're being encouraged to do so. And if you're in a circle and you're the one that's always having everyone rely on you, it's time for you to shake it up a bit so that you can also be in a circle where it's a give and take, where you can rely on them, they can rely on you. So it's all about creating balance within your circle. And this includes your circle of friends, family, and others. Okay. So, yes. So how's everybody doing? Who else is on with me? Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know who's on. And if you're excited for today's Empower Hour, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. And let me just tell y'all, you might can see it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, y'all. I'm exhausted. But we about to have fun. A whole lot of fun. So let's see. So Anitra is enjoying the beautiful sunny day in Florida. Lacey, where are you today? What's the weather like where you are? Hey, Pat, how are you? Hey, Stephanie. How are you? How are you? Someone else just got on with us. So it's so crazy that you guys were on in this message that was just for y'all was what it was because I know each of you and I can see where the message is relative, right? Where it's relative. So yes. It's such a nice day here, you guys. So while we wait for more to come on, I'm just gonna chat with you for a bit before I pull more cards. But yesterday and Monday was the first day that both my boys were off on the same day. And so yesterday I decided to invite my mom and my bonus dad over, invite my love over, and have like a game day where I make dinner, make a couple of cocktails, and we just have family time. And we didn't end up playing games. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's just because they were scared of getting their butts kicked. I'm kicking butt and taking names. Asking questions later. But anyways, but we did just sit and talk and laugh. And I stayed up really, really late. But y'all know my body does not allow me to sleep past 8 o'clock. So I woke up early and been out in the sun, and it's just like, whew, nap time. So yeah. I would love to just be able to sleep in though, I tell you. Let's see, Pastor, I'm doing great working from home on this beautiful day. Glad to be home to listen. I'm so glad that you are too. And glad that you're able to work from home as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and pull our cards and see what our message is for today. Spirit, what message do you have for all of us? It's like guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, and helpful companions of highest light and love. Thank you for using me as a vessel to deliver a message that is rooted in highest light, love, and truth, and that will serve those that I'm called to serve today. So it is. Oh, take that. Well, obviously, look, I'll take that one. Both. Okay. So funny that that came out bottom. Okay. Lacey said, I'm in Richfield, Utah, teaching a class today. It's about 70. Ooh, that sounds like fun teaching this one too, teaching a class and bottom, and then that's it. All right. Okay, so this is the first card that we got, you guys, and this one came in reverse, and it is fourth chakra Archangel Raphael, and it's number 38. So that's 11. I would recommend looking up the number 11 if you even if you have before, look it up again and also look up the number 38. There's a message there for you. One of the things that's coming through is it's time to lighten your heart, right? It's time to free yourself from the things that bog down your heart chakra, that blocks it and prevents you from being able to show up in this world fully as yourself, right? Sometimes different experiences, even if they don't directly involve heartbreak or heartache, can still hurt and break our heart. It can be an expectation that you may have had regarding a situation. It could be something that feels as disconnected as a job not coming through, right? And it can create a form of heartache or heartbreak from the letdown. You're being called to really go within your heart chakra and do a scan, an internal scan for all of those things that you may not even associate with breaking your heart, that maybe they're energetically blocking your heart and preventing you from moving forward. We are in this frequency right now, you guys. I was just telling my mom last night, I was like, I can feel like right now, this frequency that we are in, it is so available for us, right? It is so available for us. But if we're carrying a heavy heart, it does like weight on a balloon, right? It keeps us stuck, right? Grounded in where we are, and it doesn't allow us to elevate beyond a certain point. But there's no limits, right? So when you can free yourself from that heaviness that's in your heart, you'll be able to rise as high as your soul agreed to. So when I tell you guys that this energy we're in is so powerful, hear me when I say. Now, some of y'all may remember all those empower hours where I was talking to you guys about the protection, right? Protect, 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 right? Now things are happening where many people are like, oh, protection is so important, right? Well, Spirit's been warning us and guiding us. And just like that, this message right here, this is your wake up call. This is your alarm to do whatever you're guided to do to free yourself from the chains that keep you bound to your current state, right? AKA your past, right? Because if you're stuck here, it's because your past is keeping you here so that you can elevate, right? There's nothing stopping you but you. So it's time to free yourself from all the hangups and allow yourself to move forward. Okay. Now, let me just say this. Okay. Spirit got jokes, right? Because those two cards that I pulled, I was like, okay, this is just for those of you that are on, right? And it was. Okay. But guess what we got here? Door to value, right? So when you allow yourself to heal, right? And here's the thing to remember about healing. You don't have to have all the details, right? You can simply claim, affirm, and choose to heal all the things that you're both consciously and unconsciously aware of. You will be surprised at what comes up. Okay. Sometimes when we have an awareness of things that occur, we feel like, oh, I have to have the details in order to heal it. But if you don't have the details, it's because the details can do more harm than good, right? I share it with some of you. It may have been in the soul family. It may have even been here. I don't recall right now, but I'm going to share it again because I'm being guided to. But I had started to have this feeling a few years back that there was more that happened to me, at the hands of my brother's father, right? And it was more so like the way I would react, like when I would see certain things, like you could just feel it, things in your system as you're getting more in tune with self, right? And so I started to question and wonder without verbally saying it, but just kind of internal conversations with spirit. And so spirit confirmed, like, yes, more did happen. And so I took that in and then I just kind of forgot about it because I had a session with the Peruvian elder that came into Washington State when I was there, and she had confirmed the same thing. And I shared it with my mom. She said, well, yeah, spirit already told you that, but I forgot about it. The other thing that was an indicator for me was also the fact that there were a lot of things that I didn't remember, right? Things that most people knew, remembered from when we were growing up, and not even just like people that directly knew me, but just things that were going on during our era, and I just had no recollection. So that's also a sign. Sometimes our memory shuts down as a form of protection. We just kind of drift away, tune out to protect ourselves. So all of this, right? I still don't have all the details, and that is okay because I am choosing to forgive. Having the awareness that it happened is all that's necessary, right? And even if I didn't have the awareness, by claiming I'm choosing to heal and release all things that I'm consciously and unconsciously aware of, it will come up in your energy field and you will be able to release it. So I like you to do that this month of May. Make this all about choosing to release and heal all the things that you're both consciously and unconsciously aware of, and releasing control. Sometimes we feel like the details are necessary, but that's another form of attempting to hold on because it doesn't feel normal to just say, okay, I not only heal this and release this, but I forgive. Right? I forgive the pain and the trauma and those that hurt me, all the things that I'm both consciously and unconsciously aware of. But this is one of the ways to opening up that door to value. And I tell you guys this all the time. We talk about our financial gain and our financial value, but really the greatest value is our peace, it's our joy, it's our freedom. Right? It's our self acceptance, self awareness, our compassion, our love, right? That's really where the value is. And all that other stuff, it'll come. When we have all of that, that other stuff flows. But it's time for you to go ahead and get your blessing. Okay. So let's see what you all are saying. Lacey said, yes, I recently made the best move ever to St. George, Utah, and I'm doing so much better there. I'm finally happy. I didn't think it would ever happen. So grateful for your healing and guidance. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Lacey. Thank you for sharing that. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here and allowing me to serve you. Thank you. Thank you. So listen to what we got, y'all. And this one came in reverse, and it's attachment. Listen. So I was looking at the numbers to see if there was a sequence, but it was in reverse. And one of the reasons why attachment is in reverse is because some of us are still holding on to things that we've been called to let go of. And some of us are letting go of things that we've been called to hold on to. Right? And really, all this means is, and what I'm hearing is that when I was a kid, there was this book and it talked about the push me, pull you. It was like a mythical thing, looked like an animal, but one was facing that direction and one's head was facing that direction. So when push me, pull, right? And so this is what some of you are doing. And it's a battle between, right, what you say you're choosing and what it requires to get there. It's a battle between allowing spirit to guide you and still choosing to be guiding yourself, right? So it's time to let go. It's time to let go. The other day, I was listening to one of my sisters leaving me a message on Voxer, and as she was talking, there was just this overwhelming notion from spirit. What would happen if you just let go and just accept it, right? If you just said, you know what? F it all. Like, this is what it is, and I am just in total acceptance, right? How often can you say, when things are not flowing the way your human self would like, that you are literally in total peace that comes from total acceptance, right? And what that acceptance looks like is knowing, right? I'm not going to say what I always say first because this is going to be second, but knowing that spirit's got you, right? Knowing that everything is okay, right? And knowing that everything that happens in your life serves your highest good. It's not the moment that keeps us stuck. It's how we react in the moment. It's how we feel in the moment. It's how our thoughts change and our perspective shifts in the moment, right? But if we can just sit in whatever we're in, take some breaths, it is what it is. This is my state now. It doesn't feel good. So, spirit, I don't like the way this feels, but I know it's serving me in some way. So, I'm ready to know how it's serving me. I'm ready to get that lesson. I'm ready to demolish whatever challenge is before me. I have heartburn a little bit, you guys, and it's like it feels like it's coming up in my throat, which is why I keep coughing. So, excuse me. Right? But I'm ready to go ahead and move past this. So guide me, right? Because sometimes we'll be put in certain moments and certain situations because we're not paying attention to the subtle signs. So the only way we're going to get shook up enough to start seeking what's for us or seeking more is to be in this uncomfortable situation, right? If you're in a space where you don't belong and the walls are there and there, you can be in that space for as long as the day is long, right? But once those walls start closing in and you seeing them getting closer and closer, and then these walls got you like this, now you're looking for solutions out. But it doesn't have to come to that, right? It doesn't have to, but if you're there, this is where you surrender, you relax, right? And you say, guide me. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. Anitra said, I love that we can heal from things from things we're consciously and unconsciously aware of. It is so amazing. And you'll be shocked at what comes up. I shared with y'all, was it last Empower Hour? I shared with somebody, I'll be sharing so many things with so many different people that sometimes I don't recall what I shared and who I shared it with. But I was sharing how, what, 2020, I believe it was, I was having all this junk come up from my first husband and I's marriage. And it wasn't because of he and I, it wasn't because of him at all, because quite frankly, as a person, I really don't like him as a person. I got that agape love for him, the kind of love, the godly love I got for everybody. I don't like him, so it wasn't that. But what it was is in the midst of the destruction of the marriage, there wasn't an opportunity. I didn't take the time out to really grieve the loss, right? And when I say loss, I'm referring to what my human 3D self felt, right? It wasn't really a loss, but that's what it felt like. I didn't take the time to really mourn that. I kept it moving, kept going. And so many of us do that. But where do we think that goes? It's like a toilet that doesn't flush. How long you think you can shit in that toilet without flushing it before you start getting shit all over you and all over the place, right? This is what happens to our emotions. A lot of us are afraid to stop and feel because we think if I feel, I'm not going to stop. Or we think if I feel, if I take the time to process this and grieve this, I'm going to get stuck. But it's getting you stuck anyway, right? So all this was coming up, right? The emotions coming up, crying, depression, right? Again, it was just the idea of when I got married, I thought it was going to be forever. This family that we were building, my children having a broken home, which was something that my 3D self would never have chosen for them, right? So feel it, feel it. The things you're consciously aware of, feel it. And the things you aren't consciously aware of, when you make that statement, sometimes it will come up and you will be made known what it is. And other times stuff will just be coming up and you won't even know. I've had that happen too, where I'm just feeling things. But instead of pushing it down, I allow it to come up. If I feel like crying, I'm crying. If I feel like being in the bed for a week, guess where I'm gonna be at? In the bed for a week, crying, doing whatever it takes, right? So yeah. Yeah. And he just said, flush the toilet, right? Mm-hmm. Flush the toilet, y'all. Okay, look. This is what I was saying. I can't make it up because look what other card we got. Community. So these were the two cards that came up in the beginning. That was just for y'all that was on. But Spirit said, everybody gonna get this. So what's the message for us all? And I love this, the number 7. I just heard your community is waiting for you to lead. Your community is waiting for you to lead. And as I'm receiving that, as I'm receiving that, the second thing that comes in is it's time to lead yourself into the greatest version of you, right? Get rid of imposter syndrome by doing for you what you guide others to do for themselves, right? Oftentimes, imposter syndrome is not coming from a place of not feeling capable, it's just coming from a place of feeling a little bit hypocritical, right? So first commit to yourself to be the best version of you for you. And here's the thing. If you're in that spot I just named, don't wait to serve. Don't wait to grow. Keep serving, keep growing within your community, doing what you got called here to do, but just shift, right? Shift. It's time to make those commitments to yourself. How you can see how if others just did XYZ, their life would be as easy as 1, 2, 3, ABC. It's time to start doing that with self, right? Commitment is key. Don't start and then stop. Don't procrastinate or not start at all. That thing that you keep saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow, guess what? Do it today. And let me give you an example. Now, this is something that might seem a little bit off the wall, right? But today, I was planning to go to the gym first thing. I didn't go first thing. I went and ran errands. My mom and I saw a movie, right? And now I'm tired. But guess what I'm doing after Empower Hour? I'm going to the gym because I made a commitment. I'm tired. Yeah, but guess what? I'm going. This is one of them days because I made a choice. I'm pushing through, right? And so, what I'm being guided to tell you is make that commitment to yourself and then do not waver. Don't waver. You deserve what comes from your consistency. You do. Be fearless in your pursuit of happiness, right? Stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. Stop looking at things as worst case scenario and understand. Remember that frequency we were talking about, right? All you're called to do is just allow yourself to flow within the guidance and be committed to what serves your highest good. That's it. That's it. You deserve what comes from your commitment to self, right? And I just heard the spirit is proud of you regardless. If you fall, what you may identify as fall short, just get back up. You will be taller as soon as you stand up. Spirit is proud of you regardless. Regardless, you don't have a point to prove, right? Just stop being your own jailer, right? Stop being the your own bars, right? Your own bars on your own prison, self-imposed prison. Allow yourself to move out of that. I just heard there's so many blessings I'd love to give you, but you keep denying them. There's so much more in store. There's so much more coming. Just open your heart and allow yourself to receive it. You have so much to offer, so much to give, and so much to receive. Stop falling short within your own mind and allow your heart to be filled with joy, peace. Jovial actions create a jovial life. So be happy every day, no matter what. Happiness is a choice. It really is a choice. You know, here's the thing that's been getting me, y'all. So there was a time where I missed my old self. You know, my old self, she was real feisty and something else. She was a cold piece of work, okay? Especially to these dudes out in the streets. You know, she was nothing to play with. And so as I shifted, sometimes I miss that old me, right? But now I'm settled in and it's like, this is who I am. This is what happens when you, first of all, age, I guess. And this is what happens when you shift your life and you choose peace and you just transition. This is part of it. So now I love her. But what's been tripping me out lately is people on the road that are just mean for no reason. They used to get under my skin. They used to make me cuss them out. They used to make me get angry. And now I'm just like, that is so crazy how mean people are for no reason. Today, somebody almost ran me off the road just for no reason because they didn't like that I was going to make it over into the lane, merge in front of them. Right. And I was just calm and peaceful. And this has happened a few times and it's been tripping me out how it's just not getting under my skin. I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing peace, right? And it's no better feeling. So you're being called to really step into your peace. Like, don't let anything take you out of your peace, right? Peace is where it begins, and a lack of peace is where it ends, right? So let's see what you all are saying. Let me see. Pat said, "Oh wow, sis, that really resonates with me. Second time I've heard this message about feeling it to heal it." Daisy said, "Hey." Deasia said, "Hey, y'all. Um, yes, I had a choice to eat unhealthy today when I could just eat my lunch I brought. I chose to eat my lunch, and I'm so happy for myself." Pat, first of all, I'm so grateful that these messages are coming as confirmation, right? Because Spirit gonna keep speaking until we like, okay, I got you, I'm on it, right? And you know what? Deasia, I'd like to challenge you to cancel the eating unhealthy and shift that for eating more balanced, right? Because this is something that we do as human beings. We go real extreme. We're either super far on the left or we super far on the right, but we very much so dwell in a space of balance, right? And when it comes to food, like everything else in life, is to be enjoyed, right? It's to be enjoyed. You know what I mean? Like there was a time where when I was at the gym, I wouldn't be drinking no cocktails. I wouldn't be having popcorn at the movies. I wouldn't be doing XYZ, right? I wouldn't be drinking juice. And I wasn't really a big juice drinker before anyway. But then I started getting that simply lemonade because I love lemonade. And then they peach tea. Oh, it's so refreshing, right? So I started drinking simply peach tea like it was water. Okay. And so now that I'm choosing to really just I like to tone, I like to build, and more than anything, I like to get healthy, right? So now it's just balance, balance. I just don't do things in excess. It's just balance. If I have a craving, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have it, but I'm not gonna go overboard, right? So you made a choice to be more balanced today, right? We're being called to get out of this mindset that something is right, therefore something else is wrong, right? Moderation is key. So let's see. Um, Pat said, Ashe, be fearless in the pursuit of your happiness. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ashe. Pat said, yes, happiness is a choice. We get to choose it every day. Right. So, yeah, and that was the point I was making. You know, I could be angry when they cut me off. I mean, because literally, when I tell you, like, cutting me off the road, like, and it's crazy to me. And now I could just be like, for no reason, you know, and literally I will say, bless his heart, but today I did tell him, may you get what you give, sir, and have a good day. You know, he couldn't hear me, but that's my prayer for everybody. May you get what you give. So I just prayed for him. You know, I just prayed for him. That's all. But yeah, Pat said, yes, sis, this is where I am. Peace is priceless. It is. Hey, Diamond. Oh, okay. So listen, here's what I like you guys to do. If you're doing anything on your channel and you like to be followed, put follow in the chat. So, or even if you're watching on the replay, put follow in the chat or on the replay. So then that way, everyone who's watching can follow you, right? You guys can follow each other. Because we're building a community, you guys. And when we're on this journey, it is such a good idea to have others around us that we can commune with that's on the same wavelength. Because sometimes it's hard out here for a pimp, aka light worker. You know what I mean? Hmm. So let's see. Okay. Anything else for that card? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Wow. Okay, so excuse me. Y'all, this heartburn is something else. So we just got the first cards, the first set of cards. Now I'm gonna give you the cards we have next, and I'm gonna show them to you exactly as they fell. Wait, let me pick them up. So they came like this. This one was first, this one was second, this one was last. So you see these two are in reverse. So as I was looking at these, right, and then this card was originally in reverse as well. Okay, so let me interpret the cards how they came, give you that message. So this first half, right, this half, these cards look very much so. They just look happier, brighter, right? They just look really good, really amazing, feel good, right? Feels like a whole lot of abundance. And then we got this one little one that was in reverse, and Spirit's letting us know you either holding on too tight, not letting go, you either letting go too much, not holding on, right? So as we come down here, we have financial constraints, we have man holding a coin in reverse, and then we have victory in reverse. Okay, we have the numbers 4, 7, and 10. So many of you allow your finances to be the determining factor and you don't allow spirit to be the determining factor. And I can't tell you how many times and how many ways that I've said this to you, how many stories that I've shared with you, how many stories others have shared with you. But it's time for you to really decide, how ready are you to move to the next level? How ready are you to move out of what's currently keeping you down, right? When spirit is guiding you, It is so important, no matter what, to do what you're guided to do, regardless of what your 3D world looks like. Because the spirit is guiding you to it. You know the saying. Don't just let it be a saying. Believe it with everything you've got. If spirit will guide you to it, spirit will guide you through it. Okay? I've shared all my stories. We've had Shamika share her story. We've had others share their story, right? Sometimes we're praying, we're manifesting, we're setting intentions, right? And then spirit says, okay, do this. And we're like, oh, but no, because this amount of bills and this amount of trips and this amount of XYZ excuses, right? And it's not an excuse in the sense of I'm intentionally making up an excuse. It's what you believe is an actual block. But when spirit is guiding you, the only block is you. What spirit is doing is setting you up for several things, but I'm going to tell you two of them. One of them is to help you elevate your faith because the spirit says to search your heart, it's good to do this. And then you say, ooh, I don't know, but I'm going to do it. And then it works out. And then you're like, oh, okay. So next time spirit guides you, you're like, okay, I remember last time I'm still nervous, but I remember. So you got me. Let's do it. Right. And at the same time, you're building your testimony. Because at the end of the day, what this whole journey is about, it is breaking the cycle of a programmed society, breaking the cycle of a fear driven society, breaking the cycle of being trapped in the matrix. We're all choosing to thrive and being spirit led and the blessings that come from that. But we have a responsibility to those that we're here to serve to assist them with getting there. But we can't do that if we don't get there, right? I'm not asking you, guiding you, advising you to do anything that spirit has not had me do that I haven't done, right? So you're also building your testimony. Had I not taken that money that was supposed to go towards paying off that very first retreat we had in Sedona in 2018 and signed up for that ridiculously expensive yoga class, it was yoga, brain, body, bull crap, right? But Spirit said what Spirit said. Okay. Get there, and guess what? The same place that my retreat was scheduled to be, they host a retreat there every single year. I'm in Washington State, mind you. What are the chances, right? I met two people there that along the line, I ended up serving them as their life coach, right? But that was a testimony so that I could share it with you all. If Spirit hadn't come through, what was going to happen to everybody that signed up for the retreat? Right? But Spirit said what Spirit said. So I did it and it worked out. Right? When I was guided to go to Speak and Write, I told y'all we got an eviction notice on our door while I was there. But I did what Spirit guided me to do. And to this day, I'm serving people that I met through my connections that I made there. Right? And we didn't get evicted. Spoiler alert. Spirit came through. When I was guided to come to Tennessee in a year, I said, okay, Spirit, make a way. Spirit made a way. Spirit made a way. I had no idea until after I made the choice to have my chart done that my career line and my spirit line runs all up and through here. So astrologically, it's in the stars for me to be here. And those areas will thrive. And they have been, and they are. Spirit is never going to guide us someplace that is going to harm us. Spirit is only guiding us to what serves our highest good and to the place that gets us deeper into our calling, right? Because we talk about experience, right? We talk about experience and how that molds us and shapes us and allows us to serve, right? And even if you're not someone who's choosing to be a life coach or a mentor, whatever titles just floating around, right? You're still serving in your day-to-day life. So don't even think like, well, I'm not a life coach, not planning to be one. That doesn't matter. You serve when you encounter folks, right? So everywhere you're being guided is getting you closer to wherever your soul agreed to be. And some of you don't realize that when spirit guides you and you make up those excuses, you create those blocks for yourself. What you're doing is you're preventing yourself from going to your next level. You're preventing yourself from healing out of, right? You may be thinking, well, this is this way because of this. And spirit is like, but you prayed, but you manifested, you intended. So here, go do this. Now, some of you, it is working with me. Many of you done got the message, join the mentorship, come to a retreat, right? I'm not judging you. I'm just saying. For some of you, it's working with Susie Q and Joe Blow up and down the street, right? But you've been put it off, making excuses, right? It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to fall deeply and completely into your faith. Believe me when I say, when you do, that's when life opens up. That's when life opens up. Sometimes I'll be reaching out to some of y'all periodically, and those of you that are on, you may be like, you ain't reached out to me because I only reach out to when I'm guided to, right? Because when spirits say it serves your highest good to work with so and I share that, and so was like, okay, gotcha. Maybe next time. Okay, cool. Okay, it is what it is. I would love to serve everybody. Spirit tells me to serve, but I'm not attached, right? I'm rooting for you, but I'm not attached. That's your journey, your choice. But when spirits say reach out, I'm like, okay, because listen, just y'all probably get sick of me. I don't be feeling like reaching out either, but I do when I'm guided, right? But it's time, okay? It's just time. I'm here to tell you it's time. It's time. It's time. One of the things that I've said to you all is that I choose for you to experience. I often say, like, I wish there was a camera that could just show you, like, the journey of my life from where I started to where I am and to where I'm going, because what I share with you doesn't fully express. It doesn't fully express. Like, this is not just my business, this is my life. This is my life. When I tell you the way that God has opened doors, the way that God has shifted me, the way that God has provided for me in those times where I didn't know how I was going to have anything, but God came through, right? And I would love for you to experience it on the level that I express without really being able to express it. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Don't let fear stop you from getting your blessing. Don't let fear stop you, right? Let me see what y'all saying. Let me see what y'all saying. Hi, hi, Boosie. How are you? Welcome. Let's see. Okay, now the thing ain't moving. Excuse me, you guys. It just heartburn, I tell you. And it's like burning right here. It's like burpy. It's all kind of uncomfortable. Diamond said, I just woke up. Um, let's see. Y'all are greeting each other. And he just said pimping ain't easy. Let's see. Pat said, try some apple cider vinegar and water for your heartburn, for or a tablespoon of baking soda and a glass of water. Thank you so much, because I have all of that. I have um the apple cider vinegar and I have baking soda. So thank you. Um Barbara said, letting go too much, not holding on. Pat said, yes, it's about trusting spirit versus trusting the system. Yes, Barbara said, Diamond said, say that, Pat. Listen, and here's the thing: we have been so programmed. What I'm hearing is, you guys remember Colors, Ice T back in the day. He had an album back when there was albums. I had Salt and Pepper and I had Ice T's album. Those were the two that stands out at the time. At this time, because I used to have Prince too. I had the Purple Rain 45. It was purple. It was so my favorite until I left it out on my radio, and my window was right there and the sun warped it. But anyways, there was this part where the police officers, right? They were like, yeah, these ends are killing themselves. Good. Now we don't have to do it, right? And so that's what comes in when Pat was saying it's about trust in spirit versus trust in the system. So we have been so programmed, right? And so, we're just like in that fear state to where now they don't even have to do it. We're there, right? And many of us are holding on again. Look, we're holding on to this false belief, right? So some of you know, those of you that were at the retreat and those of you that follow me on Facebook know that I just bought a car, right? Just bought a car. First time buying a brand new car. Now, before when I was getting the Lexus I had back in the day, I was gonna get brand new, but my ex was like, "Well, why would you do that? Just get a used." I said, "Listen, if I find everything I'm looking for in a used, I'll get the used, but I already got pre-approved, and if it's not everything I'm looking for, I'm getting brand new." Well, I got a used one. It was just a few years old, but it was still used. And so, anyways, I'm saying all this to say, when I first got it, I'm thinking like, okay, I said I wasn't choosing to have a car note. Now I'm getting a car note. And then I instantly have this feeling, but it doesn't even fully come out into a real feeling, right? Because it's like travel. And then before I could go into, Spirit said, it's not about budgeting down. It just means that if money is infinite, it's an energy and there's an infinite supply, right? And I infinitely supply for you. You don't have to budget down. It's just what I supply for you goes up, right? Also, one of my forever statements, every time I put anything out, whatever I circulate comes back to me multiplied 1,000 folds or more. Well, I've shifted that to 1,000,000 folds or more, right? First, it was 10 folds or more, and then it went up to 1,000 folds or more. Now it's 1,000,000 folds or more. Now, the reason why it has shifted is because I wasn't claiming it circulating the folds that I didn't fully believe, right? Because then it's just words. So you got to be real careful with yourself. Don't just say words because it sound good and it sound real abundant. Make sure that energetically you believe in what you're saying, right? Because that too is a major key. If you don't have the belief in just the words, it's not coming in. So the way I see it is, in order for me to circulate more, it's how they say scared money don't make money. Then I listen, what I put out, in order for it to come back multiply, got to be a little bit more, right? So it's an up level. Right. But spirit had to check me because that's that human nature. Like, okay, now I got this car payment and it's a lot more than what I've been paying. And so let me just, buckle down. That don't feel real infinite. That don't feel real faithy either. It feels kind of matrixy. And we don't exist there. The matrix is not real. It only becomes real because we believe it to be real. When you've been holding on so tight and you can't allow more in because your hand is closed, you think you're holding on to something, but in reality, what you're holding on to is not enough to fill you. But you can't receive anything because your hand's like this. When you open, right, you allow more in, you have more space to receive. Even looking at your own hand, physics or whatever you would call it, that does not match. But somewhere in here, we've been programmed to believe that what doesn't even match here, the concept, right, that it works out here. It's just not true. But the only way that we're able to get to that point of knowing it's not true is by testing the waters. When spirit guides you, just do it. Just do it exactly how you're guided. I say all the time, when I did it, you go remixing it, you're not going to get the same song, AKA the outcome that spirit had in store. But if you do it exactly the way spirit guides you, that outcome will be so much more than what you could ever imagine, right? So energy, money is an energy, and there is an infinite supply. You are not allergic, right? Or immune to abundance. If you're not receiving it, it's because you're blocking yourself. So the question is, how are you blocking yourself? And what are you willing or choosing to do to get unblocked? We already had the message come in, scared money don't make money, right? Scared anything don't make anything, but one stuck, right? So let's see what y'all are saying. Pat says, so glad I trusted and went to the mini retreat. The blessings are coming through. I am so, so grateful, Pat. See, Pat was someone that Spirit kept having me say, it serves your highest good to come to the Activating You Accelerated retreat or one of the retreats, right? Anyone, just one of them. And she came to the one we just had in April, and it was some pretty magical stuff that happened for all of us. And I never knew what Pat was going to receive from the retreat. I just knew it was going to be something phenomenal because Spirit kept having me bring it up every now and then. And I told y'all, listen, I'm not bringing it up. You see, some of y'all might think, oh, she hosting a retreat. She just bringing it up to fill seats. No, because the way I've set up my life, my world, and what I'm here to do is it's going to move and groove for me regardless, right? So I don't have to be attached to each individual. If I'm reaching out, it's because I'm guided. And my attachment, it's the attachment of just choosing for you to have whatever Spirit has in store for you, but I'm attached in a way where I'm the detached witness, right? Because if I get too stuck on what you doing or not doing, then I'm doing this, right? So I'm reaching out to you because Spirit is guiding me to. But when I do, I'm not judging. I'm just like, okay, I'm delivering a message. I be judging me probably more than you. Like, I know they sick of me, but Spirit said what Spirit said, so let me go ahead. I know they tired of hearing from me, but let me go ahead, right? So yeah, but I'm so glad you were there. I'm so glad you were there, and it was great to know what was there for you. Now we know. So yeah, let's see. Sharon is on. I see. Hey, Sharon. I was like, I see somebody say, "Hey, Sharon." Okay, look, y'all. We got the victory card, and it's in reverse. The victory card is in reverse. And I'm hearing this song in my head, right? It doesn't, I don't believe it's a real song, like a published or out there song. Um, but the tune I'm hearing, okay, say the song again, because now, so the tune I was hearing was If Your Heart Is In It, or song, If Your Heart Isn't In It, right? But the words weren't that. What were the words? Because now I forgot. Okay. So they just said, excuse me, just go with that. The other words weren't important, but the tune was from the song If Your Heart Isn't In It. Okay. So the message there, if your heart isn't in it, right? A lot of times we do and we say a lot of things, right? Many of us go through the motions. And here's the example I'm going to use. I've shared with some of you how one of the things where my calling has evolved is that I've now started assisting people with releasing entities and souls from their energetic field, right? And so one of the things that happens sometimes in the midst of that is these entities and sometimes souls that are attached, sometimes they are tricksters and they will have the person doing things, right? If you're not allowing Spirit to guide you and you're not in tune with that guidance, you wouldn't realize that they're going through the motions, but they're not actually releasing, right? And so the way this is coming in is some of you are actually living life like that, right? You've watched The Secret, you've read every book, you followed every guru, you've done all the steps, you've followed every coach there is known to man, you've connected with every minister, every priest, every nun, right? And you're going through the motions. But if your heart isn't in it, right? It's not enough to just know the steps, go through the motions. My grandmother used to refer to people that had a college degree that weren't very wise as educated fools, right? And that's how it's coming in. That's not what it's about, right? I tell you guys all the time that the things I learned in school, I would say 1% of the time it gets utilized, if that. Everything else is just Spirit, right? And so when we think in terms of our heart being in it, it's about releasing and abandoning all of that knowledge, all of that wisdom, all of what he said and she said was the way. And it's about allowing your soul to guide you, right? And in order to do that, it does require you to release that attachment to the matrix. It does. It requires you to release that attachment to the matrix. Some people look at me like I'm boo boo the fool because I'm spirit led and I don't have structure the way you might think structure is to be when you're investing X, Y, and Z. But if you surrender and let it flow, then you'll realize, whoa, this is like something I've never experienced. And this is the most I've elevated since I've been on this journey. Right. And I don't mean in total, I just mean from experience to experience. Right. And it's not me. It's you and it's spirit. I'm just the vessel that brings forth whatever your soul is requiring, right? It's spirit coming through me to you, right? So yeah. I'm connecting to your higher self, your most divine self. Your most divine self is guiding me in partnership with my most divine self. And then you and your 3D form are doing the work. That's how that works. So, this victory card is coming in reverse because it's time for you to claim your victory. It's time for you to claim your victory. It's time for you. I'm hearing to stop existing in that lower realm. You don't belong there anymore. You're ready to elevate. And listen, this isn't a bad thing. It's not a judgment thing. It's just you've put in your time in the school of hard knocks. Now it's your time to elevate. Take your lessons and run. And as you're running, it's time for you to hold hands and grab hands with those that are choosing to run with you and elevating to your most divinely integrated self. Okay? You got this. You got this. You got this. And also, I like to let you all know. So we have Anitra, Barbara, and Sharon as Divine Source Energy Healers on the Ashford Scott Life Sculpting team. They're available for energy healing. There are some phenomenal healers. And Deasia is also on the Ashford Scott Life Sculpting team. She's responsible for all them reels y'all be seeing on social media, right? My mom is a part of the team. She's like the cleaner. She helps cleanse our energy field. And yeah, and my sister Denise and Niet are now joining us to assist with marketing and stuff like that. So I'm super grateful. And I'd like you guys to just, follow them all, get familiar with them. I trust them with my healing. And y'all know Jillian. Jillian is still on the team as our team shaman. She's not on here right now. But yeah, just get familiar because, like I said, I trust them with my healing. I trust them with my maintenance. I trust them with my life. Okay, my life. Those my sisters, and they good. They spirit led and cornbread fed, just like me, with honey, of course, and butter with holes poked in the cornbread so it'll seep in. Okay. But anyways, but yeah, so you guys leave a comment. Okay. I'm gonna put these away. I know a few of you, I'm gonna put one more card. I mean, got to do one more card for us as a collective. But a few of you already sent in your payment for your readings. So if you like a reading, whether it's a general or a question, it's $25 each. You can send it to the Cash App, and I will be pulling cards for us as a collective throughout. So stay, because you never know what you're gonna get. 551. I'm gonna look that up because that's for all of us. Cher said, yes, ma'am, cornbread fed. Okay, can't forget the honey and the butter though. Okay, this is for all of us. All of us. What do you have? And also, you guys, I am currently enrolling for the Activating You mentorship. And I believe we have 3 spots available for the all-inclusive happening in October. There are only shared rooms left, so the investment amount will be a little less. And then we have another accelerated coming in April. If you'd like to join us for October or April, or even for a future one, and you'd like to get on a payment plan, I will work with you. We can extend the payment plan for as long out until you're able to come, right? But if you've been guided, join us. Top 2. Okay. All right. So we have 7th chakra Archangel Uriel, and this is our crown. And then we have 6th chakra Archangel Metatron, and this is our third eye. This one came in reverse. Okay, so one of the things that I'm being guided to tell you, the reason why this is in reverse and this one is upright is because spirit is speaking to you. Like the information is coming into you and it's showing as it's coming in through your crown. But then the way you become aware and the way you begin utilizing it is through your third eye. But what really boils down to the disconnect from here to here is a matter of trust, right? And you're just being guided to understand that spirit has never forsaken you or left you, right? It's just all about the filter that spirit's guidance, spirit's protection, spirit's love goes through. And that filter is not a filter that was created by your highest self because your highest self has no filter. This is the filter that was created by the world around you, aka the matrix, whatever you refer to it as, but it's created from a place of falsehood. Today my mom and I saw Nefarious, right? And one of the things we touched on earlier was how we were getting those messages back to back to back and Empower Hour and even in the Activating You Soul family about protection. And now it's coming out like why? It's because there is this battle of high vibe, low vibe, good, evil, light, dark, however you refer to it as, right? God, devil, however you refer to it as, it's the same thing. But there is this battle and it's coming to the forefront because the shift is happening, right? And so as that shift happens, there's so many energies and just that would rather us not shift, right? As we're becoming more aware and we're spreading that awareness, they're doing everything to hold on to power and to control, right? And so this movie Nefarious, I would say it was probably one of the most accurate movies about this battle, because there's a lot of like movies with exorcisms and possessions, and I'm not saying that's not real now. Okay, trust me, it is. But what I'm saying is sometimes if we are living life and we're not seeing it like that, we sometimes forget about this battle that's going on. If you can watch the movie Nefarious, make sure you watch it. And also, I'm gonna take it back to that one that came through for us a while ago, and that was Black Phone. That movie is a perfect visual of how spirit guides us, right? And how sometimes the way we are interpreting the guidance and the outcome we believe that guidance will produce, and it doesn't produce that, how sometimes we just stop listening, we stop being guided. But when you watch this movie, Black Phone, and you see how all the pieces come together, keep in mind your spirit led journey. So when spirit's guiding you, first of all, release attachment to the outcome, right? Release attachment to the outcome and then allow yourself to flow into whatever is, because just like in that movie, it will always serve your highest good as long as you don't abandon your agreements to be guided, right? So yeah, watch Nefarious, because there is a shift among us, and there's just like there's high vibe, there's low vibe, there's opposite duality and everything. So it's just about being aware. It's about being aware, but we're also in this energy of abundance, and there's nothing that's stronger than light. There's nothing that's stronger than love, right? And there's nothing that can break the love bond that spirit has with you and for you but you, right? So it's time to be open, open to receive. All right. So just start trusting a little bit more. Start trusting a little bit more. Let me see what you all are saying. Then we'll get into the personal readings. Deasia, you are first in your reading. Denise, you are second. And I haven't checked to see if anyone else sent in. This morning, early this morning, Deasia sent her, and I'm like, okay, okay, I see you. You first. Let's see. Yes, ma'am. It's a family affair. It is. It is. Welcome to the family. Welcome. So let's see. Wait. You know what's so funny? Okay, Spirit. Cancel delete that thought. I wasn't really like I don't require a new laptop. I don't. I'm fine with this one. So you can make this, just let it keep on working right. This morning, I was like, I had a thought about a new laptop, and it was just a thought. It wasn't like ooh, I'm choosing a new laptop. And now my dang on mouse. I ain't had problems with this computer at all, this mouse, nothing. So see, I'm telling y'all, the manifestations are happening like this. So that was not, I'm not, nope, I'm good. We good with this. Cause now the mouse is sticking and it ain't never did that. I don't even know what caused me to even be like, well, laptop. I'll be on my phone more than my laptop, except during Empower Hour. Let's see. Um, um, I'm making sure I didn't miss any comments. Let's see. Pat said, thanks, sis. I'm so glad you and Anitra motivated me. I'm so grateful that you chose to just accept the guidance that you were receiving, and see, because I remember when we were on here even, and you had got a reading and I pulled cards for you, and it was so obvious. It literally said retreat. And at first you're like, okay, okay, I got it. And then you ended up going to a different retreat. And I was just like, well, every soul has its journey, she'll make her way there eventually. If she choose to, you know what I mean? But sometimes there's resistance, and we're not even aware, and we don't even know why. Sometimes it can be energies, entities, attachments. Sometimes it could just be fear of the unknown. Like, I don't know who I am without being who I've always been, right? And because we're never truly disconnected from our highest self, we know even if we're not consciously aware. So sometimes if we know this is going to really pull me up outside of where I am, then sometimes that resistance is just those parts of us that are afraid, right? So you made it happen. You chose to come. You could have said, nope, not this time. And it wasn't easy, but you did it anyway. So I'm grateful. And that's literally what it takes, and you have a testimony now to share with those that you're serving, especially when you're guided to offer them things that are going to assist them on their journey. And now you can say, you know what? Spirit had been guiding me and I finally did, and it wasn't easy, and this is what the result was, right? So it's all good. It's all good. um Anitra said that's a song. Barbara said, Diamond and Barbara are the same person, you guys. This is a good song. If your heart isn't in it, why did you tell me so? Yes, that one. Yes, ma'am. That was the tone I was hearing, but then the words weren't that. And then as I was connecting the tone, those previous words went away, and then they had a message for the actual words of the song. Um, Stephanie said, it serves my highest good to watch the phone movie. Yes, yes, yes. Watch it. Good cancel, delete, good cancel, delete, good catch. Um, I just heard the song I'll Trust You Through It Anyway. Ooh, will you share that song in the Soul Family? And then, okay, awesome. Anitra said you sent yours for general. Okay, I have to drop due to coaching. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you joined us. Pat said, yes, sis, I have a new testimony. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey, sis. Um, Diamond said, will do. Thank you, thank you. And yes, okay, yeah. Diamond, if you like to share that one too, but Anitra, if you can share the one that you have brought up too, please. That would be awesome. Okay, so let's get into um these readings. Deasia, would you like a general or did you have a question? And also, there's more people on than thumbs up. So if you've gotten anything out of this Empower Hour, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Oh, and you guys, you know what? I was on the phone with my mom. Let me show you. I've been getting so many different messages from Spirit. Okay, so first of all, 601. And then my battery, I see that 711 so much, but I sent this to my mom. It was 434 and 92%. The 1111. But anyways, 511. That was a message that also came up to look up for all of us. So okay, so let's see. Hmm. So it is Deasia, Denise, and Anitra. That's the order so far. General for the next level in my life. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, Spirit. What do you have for Deasia? Deasia on her next level. Trust yourself more. That came in. And to stop being so overprotective of your own feelings. Ooh, I like that. Top. Ooh. Okay, let's get to it because I love your card. Did I do this with you all the time? And you know why I do it is because I can feel you like, girl, what? Okay, so I'm not gonna do it very long. This is the first card that came out. Look at that. I like you to just go ahead and bask in that. You got the sun card. And look at that. The water. That just reminds me of you being on a vacation somewhere in that little flowy dress, right? The sun's just shining, minding your business. Everything you require is supplied for, right? And then you got magician and the mirror. Now we already know that you're a master manifester, right? We already know that. You already know that. And you're being called to tap into this wisdom, this knowledge, this knowing. But you also have this card that came in reverse. And it's your third eye, right? That trusting yourself more. Put more time and energy into your daily divine practices, right? Put less time and energy into the thought of making it happen, the how of making it happen, and focus on you. Your meditation practices to increase, your grounding practices to increase, your self love and self care practices to increase. The way you speak to yourself is to increase, right? You are called to be in a season of increase within yourself so that you can get to your season of increase within and without, right? You haven't been on top of the things that makes you spiritually strong and sound, right? And solid, right? It's time for you to really dedicate time, energy, and effort to you. So here's the thing. You're a master manifester, right? And you can make things happen magically, right? But here's the thing that you're not doing, that you're being called to do, is to put that magic into you, put that magic into your healing. And this is your daily healing, right? This is it. And again, it's coming in, those words of life that you speak to yourself are so important, and to believe it and know it with everything in you. And here's the other thing. It's okay for you to do collaborations, right? In fact, you're being encouraged to do that. But don't get so caught up into making sure you have a partner to do something with that you neglect what you're being called to do on your own, right? So, and it's coming in how you and Kai, you guys connected, right? It's great for you guys to do something together, but make sure that you also do your thing that spirit has guided you to do, right? And in fact, it would be awesome if you guys have like some sort of segment that you do together regularly, whether it's once a month, once a week, however the frequency flows for you all, let spirit guide you. But it's super important for you to allow yourself to trust the guidance that you've already received and the guidance that you begin to receive, and also understand and trust your value and what you bring to the table. Now, what's in store for you is whatever you choose to be in store for you, right? But you have the power and the ability to bask in the sun. And here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like half of your body in the sun and the other half in the shade. And the reason why I'm seeing it like that is because it's coming in. You're gonna get the sun regardless, but how much of the sun you get is what's up to you. And it's like when you're in a car and the sun's on that side and this side you get all burnt and the other side all in the shade and stuff. So you either gonna have that or you're gonna have this where you just basking in the sun. It's about balance, right? When I look at the way the hands are out and these two, it reminds me of the Libra scales, and it's about balance. Everything is about balance, right? Don't allow yourself to be stuck in a position that doesn't feel good, right? And it's coming in. You mentioned about how a particular person talks to you, right? Just the environment. You aren't stuck. You aren't stuck. You're a master manifester. You are guided by source. So whatever you're unhappy with, you can say, I'm ready for this now. Guide me. But the thing is, it requires you to do certain things to be in that zone. And the only way that you're going to be held back is if you aren't ready and willing to commit to the consistency of your own flow, your own personal flow. And I know you're ready. I know you're ready. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're ready. And you have a whole lot of sisters supporting you energetically, spiritually, emotionally, right? A whole lot of sisters supporting you and a whole lot of ancestors. And I keep hearing that Bia song. You know that Bia song. It's a whole lot of money in this. That's what I keep hearing. But every time I hear it, it's like it's a whole lot of sisters in this. It's a whole lot of ancestors. It's a whole lot of support. It's a whole lot of love. Like it's just that's the song that's playing. And then I'm being called to pull from this deck for you. Okay. Okay. Uh, oh, okay. Oh, look. Love. But guess what this is? This is the self-love card. And you're being called to go within. You're being called to go within and find all the beautiful things that makes you you. And you're being called to love it. And look at this. Every phase, right? You're being called to love it. Every different part of you, every different version of you, It's all making you who you are, and you're a part of the cosmos. You are a divine being. So more self-love, that's what's in store for you. And through this self-love and acceptance, you will release fear, because when you love and accept yourself fully, right, guess what happens? You're not worried about being judged. You're not stopping yourself from showing up as your true self. And when you show up as your true self, that's your most divine self, then you're able to attract the most divine things. But if you sitting around judging you, not happy with you, worried about what people thinking or saying or believing or whatever, right? Remember we talked about speaking your truth, that just came in again, right? Then it's tough. It's tough. It's tough to be in that space and receive all the sunshine in store for you. So start there. Start with that self-love. Make it a daily practice where you love on you, where you look at yourself in that mirror every single day. Close off every day and just tell yourself how beautiful you are inside and out, inside and out. Because look at that. We're looking at this, right? But what's on the inside is what's seen on the outside. So start there. Start there. Okay. All right. That is your message, Deasia. Thank you for allowing me to serve you, my beautiful, beautiful sister. Let me know how it resonates. Let's see if you guys um are commenting. Oh, thank you, Boosty. I appreciate that. Let's see. And you guys, if your channel, and even if it's not your channel, if it's your social media, if it's your business name, whatever, leave it in the comments so that everybody could connect with you. Okay, let's see. Deidre said, "Oh yes, yes, that's true." Sharon said, "Yes, Deidre, you have a host of sisters surrounding you and supporting you." Say it again, sis. Let her know. Deidre said, "That sounds like a good idea. I'm calling Kyra later today. I'll bring up a clap." Okay, I was under the impression y'all had already had this established, but yeah, yes, you guys doing something together. It feels so good. hmm You know, when I was saying that, you know what it reminded me of? What is it, Keen and Kel? Is that what their names are? But not like necessarily whatever, but just the connection, how they played off of each other and they entertained, right? But you guys are not just playing off of each other and entertaining. You guys are providing some really amazing soul food, not just for the youth, but for people in general. Really, 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 really good. Pat said, I received that message too, sis. Pat said, well, let's see. Boosie said, Pat, thanks, Ma. I was contemplating when you offered. Did I miss something? I think I did because I'm so out of the loop in that conversation. But I guess it's because it ain't my business, huh? Y'all was talking to each other. Let's see. Deasia said, thank you, Sharon. Denise said, we got your back, Deasia. She said, we got your back, sis. They said, yes, self love. I'm choosing this. Okay. Listen, let me tell you something because I be telling you my little, when I be stepping out that comfort zone. So today I bought me some shorts. And they shorter than what I usually wear. I mean, they're not no hoochie mama shorts or nothing, but I usually wear shorts to my knees, right? Girl, they showing some thigh. And on them inside of my knee and the thigh connect, I got a little fat pocket right there. Right there. That if vacuums could suck out fat, I would probably take my vacuum, plug it up right now, and suck it out while we talking. But it can't. And this is me now. And I choose to love and accept me now. And those shorts are cute. I think the shorts are cute. So why am I not gonna wear them? Because I got a little wubby wubby on my thigh. That's crazy. This is me now. It's my body, and I love me. So I could wear cute shorts. They ain't hoochie mama shorts, but if they were, so what? If I felt like it, I could, right? So this is all a part of it. It's just peeling back the layers, right? And recognizing where either there is a lack of self-love or even where there's residue or habits that were formed from lack of self-love. And the more you tackle it and knock it down, right? The more you flow into that self-love. Listen, the first time I showed y'all this, let me do it again. But remember when I showed y'all this? Listen, when I was flying with y'all, that was the first. And then that time I didn't wear no bra to go to the store real quick. I mean, I had on a sweatshirt, so it wasn't like I was just, but that was huge for me. And these are all ways that I'm stepping outside of that lack of self love, that self judgment, that programming, that, you know what I mean? So, as you're feeding that love and that life into yourself, start paying attention to the things that not loving you created within you. And when you notice them, then start knocking them down. Because this is the vessel that houses our souls. And our souls are divine. And this vessel is divine because of what it's carrying. And we be running around picking it apart and all that stuff. It's just time for us to stop, right? So I'm so proud of you. I am really, really proud of you. And I'm looking forward to see what you create and do and just how you serve. You know, deeper because you already serve it, but deeper. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. So, Iridescent Soul Center LLC. That is Diamond's business YouTube, you guys. She's also Iridescent Soul Center on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So check her out. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, Boosie. So you will be after Anitra. Thank you, Pat. Um, let's see. Anitra said, we're here, Sister Deasia. Pull from all of us. Pull from all this love and knowledge. Yes. And Carter Chronicles is also Diamond, but Iridescent Soul Center is her business. So follow her. Sis, why you don't log in from that when you be on here? Why not? Just in general, so people could follow you. And Anitra said, yes, rock your shorts. My mom and I created I Love My Belly song today. Did you? I love my whoopies on my knees and my flyaways. See, these my angel wings, y'all. They wings. Let's see. Deasia said, yes, I was thinking about that the other day with my clothing choices. I hesitated a lot with buying cute things because I didn't feel like I could pull it off no more. And you know what's so crazy? Back in the day, right? I used to see women whose bodies were much different than mine, on the end of what I would judge about my own body. And they would wear certain things and they would look beautiful. And back in the day, I just could not pull myself to do it. Like, no matter, I mean, I'm like, you know, it looks good on them. They look amazing. But I just could not pull myself to do it. And now it feels so freeing. It feels so freeing to just be like, you know, this is me now. Kind of love me now. Kind of ready to release it all. And here we are, it's just so free. So do it. Let's see. Diamond said, who knows? I'll be forgetting. Um, and listen, it's always okay to be in a space to be promoted because what's for us is for us, and we're a network, right? We're a network. What's for us is for us. And so I don't mind sharing those that do the same thing as me. Because even if we do the exact same thing, we're not doing the exact same thing, right? Even if we did the exact same things, there's some souls that you were meant to touch, and there's some souls that I am meant to touch, and there's some souls we meant to touch together. I don't care who touched the soul, as long as the souls get touched. So be okay with being in a position to be promoted on others' platforms, It's the energy block that you're being called to release. Okay. So that was your message, Deasia. And Diamond, I was talking to you about that energy block, but that may apply to many of us, So if it applies, if it don't apply, let it fly. That's what they say. Okay. So Denise, you are next, sister. And did you say a general? Did you say a general? Or I mean, you didn't say, but would you like a general? Or did you have a question? Love life? Okay. Okay, okay. Let me tell you something. You see this right here? Y'all know I don't usually bring the love deck out, but look what I brought out today. It is just, I always tell Spirit, just guide me. Let me know what deck. And so this one came out today. I know why I'm so thirsty. We had cocktails last night, y'all. Oh. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for Denise? Highest light, angels, light, ancestors, highest light, and love. What message do you have for Denise? What message? You would like me to pull from the bottom right now? Okay. And the top? Okay. And the middle. Okay. Is this the middle? Right here? Okay. And one more. Where would you like that one to come from? The bottom. All right. Oh, and one more from the top. Dang, you just all about. Okay. Okay. There we have it then. Okay, so listen. Got the boundaries card. You act like this the empower hour, sis. You know that, and this one, and that one. You got the garden. You got chivalry. You got maturity. And I know you see that ancestor. It's time to finish your book, and it's time to allow yourself to channel the words through your ancestors, but it's also time for you to allow you to write your story. I'm hearing the rest is still unwritten. Talking about your life story. I was supposed to say your real life story, but I'm gonna say it because that's what I heard. Your real life story, and real time story, right? This is where you're being called to be, right? And then you have abundance. It's time for you to welcome it in. But listen, in order for you to get to that state of abundance. Let me show you that card because it's real abundant. It's real yummy. It's diamonds and pearls, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physical, financially, and any other way, right? But it first requires you to set up boundaries, clear boundaries. Now, having these boundaries don't mean that you have to have an armor over your heart, right? Or over your soul or over your spirit. You see, this is here, but it's not up here, right? It's a part of who she once was. It's a part of what helped her to form clear boundaries. You know, she's protected, she's in flow, she has wisdom, right? She's guided, right? And she's at peace and she's very calm and chill, right? But she has her boundaries. Her light is shining bright. She's ready to do all the things she came here to do. She's not self sacrificing for anyone or anything. She's doing what serves her. She's watering her garden. It's time for you to water your own garden. You still have a tendency to be watering the garden of others and not really focusing on your own. You see what happens when you focus on your own garden? You're able to enjoy it. That door is open, so whomever chooses to walk in can walk in. There's fruit already set out. You don't have to serve them, right? You see that magical unicorn in the trees, right? That's all the magic that's due to you. It's also your protection. It doesn't have to feel rigid or hard or tough. It's just there. That unicorn is not only magical, but it's dangerous too, right? It's time for you to water your garden and enjoy the fruits of your labor that you put into you. You see those hills, those mountains back there? You're done climbing. You've done the hard part. Now it's time to rest. It's time to serve you. It's time to heal you. It's time to elevate you so you can be surrounded by plush, loving energies and experiences, right? Chivalry is not dead, but it's about you identifying what that means to you. And it's not just in love, it's in business, it's in connections, friendships, right? It's in everything you can imagine. I'm hearing that song that was in that Eddie and the Cruisers movie, On the Dog Side. Yeah, yeah, right. That's what I'm hearing. On the Dog Side. You see that movie? If you haven't watched it, watch. I used to love it when I was a kid. Eddie and the Cruisers. But that's the song I'm hearing. On the dog side. That's what's coming in, right? You can't straddle the fence. You can't be over here one day and over here another day, right? And expect this and expect this or even expect this. It starts with this, creating these boundaries, right? See, here's the thing, you're required to have others meet you at your level and not you meet them at theirs, right? Because sometimes, this is what I'm hearing, the leader is not meant to be in the lead. Sometimes the leader is not meant to take the lead. Sometimes it requires the submissive to take the lead to lead the leader into true leadership. And if it don't work, that attachment card explained very clearly, this is all areas of life. All areas of life. Tend to your garden. You're not going to be able to receive the guidance if you're bogged down by straddling the fence. It's time for you to decide and trust and know what is for me is for me. Because listen, Sometimes people will push these boundaries. They'll push the boundaries, and they're gonna push them for as long as you allow them to push them. But once you have those boundaries up, they're gonna either decide, you know what, this is for me, and I'm do everything it takes to make sure that I have this. Whether it's an employer, whether it's a love, whether it's a friend, whether it's a sisterhood, whatever it is. But it starts with you. It starts with you. Oh, it's a little awkward for me, but I'm gonna have to say what I just heard. You can't expect a man to provide what he doesn't have. They said that loud and clear. Sometimes you have to be the teacher and show what that looks like and be in a space of being okay to let it go. I'm hearing both if it doesn't and if it never shows up. Loud and clear. There was no silent coming in kind of sort loud and clear, right? You've been guided. You've gotten the information. Now it's time for you to do what you've been guided to do. They calling me out. They said, "Yes, she's jumping for joy," because they're bringing a few things, but one of them is the location, and it is true. But um, they said, just tell her don't be afraid. That's what they said. Just tell her don't be afraid. She has time to sit around and contemplate, or she has time to take action. Whatever action she decides, we're going to help her. We're going to show her the way. Tell her she must not be afraid. You must not be afraid. They said, okay, that's all we have to say about that. But in the meantime, we're like, we're proud of you. We're glad you're taking initiative. Just don't backslide. Don't fall off. Don't jump on the wagon, off the wagon, or behind the wagon. Remove the wagon altogether and walk, strut, or do your thing and pop your shit. Your brother's here now, in case you couldn't tell. So, yeah. Anything else? Okay. Said, show her that abundance card one more time and tell her stop tripping. And interpret this as a feeling, right? Like I keep saying this, we get caught up in the things, and out of all the blessings that are flowing in, the things, it's the feeling. It's the feeling. Focus on this as a representation of the feeling. And you see that cave, look in the back. You see how it's dark, right? This is where we start. We start back there and there. But if we keep pushing through and we keep finding our way through our healing, through our boundaries, through our being steadfast and committed to what serves our highest good, through receiving the guidance and doing it no matter what, this is where we're walking into. And when you think of that dark place, remember how that felt or how that feels, and then compare it to this feeling. It's all about the feeling. It's not about the things. It's the feeling. Connect to your soul and allow yourself to be blessed with the feeling that you deserve. Has anything you're gonna pull from the bottom of the deck now? Oh my gosh, they just said the bottom of the deck. They told me not to shuffle, and look, I can't make it up. This is what's in store for you, but it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to. Let me show you one more time. You see that? You see that? It's up to you, though. It's up to you. That's what's in store for you. It's in store for you, but it's up to you to decide what you're gonna do. Sometimes you got to take the lead until the leader is ready to lead. And sometimes the leader gonna lead you exactly where the leader has always been until the leader sees another way. Sometimes the leader's program is not mature enough to be the program that's followed. Sometimes you gotta, make a way and then have the leader come on over and get polished up and unlearn and relearn in order to be in that position that and God knows is the position. That's it. That's your message. I love you. I'm proud of you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Let's see what you're saying. Okay. Um, I receive it and I choose to release it. Yes, ma'am, diamond. Diamond. Diamonds and pearls. Then he said, my question is about my love. Okay, yes, I see my ancestors covering me. So much peace when watering my own garden. That was one of my favorite movies. Anitra. Okay. You know what? We just keep on discovering all the stuff we have in common because yes, that and also stay gold, pony boy. I can't believe when I be telling y'all my favorite movies, I don't say The Outsiders. Um, but yeah, Eddie and the Cruisers was so good. Was it just me, or did you think it was based on a true story too for a little minute? I mean, I was real young when it came out, but I was like, this has to be a true story. Let's see. Denise said, "LOL, I'm going to check out Eddie and the Cruisers," and he just said, "Where did Eddie go?" Red Lady Angel. Okay, now I know you. I know you've been here before, but tell me your name because it's been a while, and I don't recognize the screen name. I recognize the energy. Denise said, LOL. Aditra said, yes, pop it, Denise. Pop it like we was popping it at the retreat. Pop it like Pat was popping it. Pat was getting it. Anitra said, okay, wait, I already read that. Daisy said, period. And Denise said, thank you, Spirit Team, my bro, my sister, and my sister, Anitra. I love you. I remember definitely how the dark place feels. Abundance now. Denise said, big facts. So it is. Anitra said, I thought it was a true story. You did too? Me too. Anitra said, let's find Eddie. Denise said, thank you, DeAsia, and Pat's laughing. Because we was having a little dance party for a little bit. Um, and you know what, you guys, will you guys send me some healing energy, please? Because I was just sharing with my mom. This is the first time I actually shared it with her. There's something that's been happening with my body lately. And I also turn it over to spirit. So all your healing energy and prayers will really be helpful. So when I get up in the morning, or even if I sit down for too long, my entire body gets stiff, like my feet, they get really stiff and they hurt really bad. My legs, my hip, my back, my fingers, it hurts to even make a fist, right? Just my whole body literally hurts. And it's just like an old car. And I just like some healing and some prayers, please, because I'm turning it over. But it's been gradually getting worse. And I don't like it because it makes me feel like I'm 120 years old. Yeah. Even last night, like my toe was hurting. It's the weirdest thing. So if y'all could just send some prayers and healing, I would appreciate it. Okay, enough of me. Let's see. Um, Denise says, sending healing energy, love and light, sister. Thank you, Anitra. Thank you, Anitra. Thank you all so much. So much. So I'm gonna see who is next. Anitra, you next, right? And you were doing a general, and then after Anitra is Boosie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Pat. Thank you, Diamond. I appreciate you guys. General. Okay. As soon as I connected to you, I heard "Ain't no sunshine when she's gone." Oh, okay. I just heard, even though Derek enjoys the time away, he misses you, which you knew that. I heard also tell her to connect deeper, even deeper to herself. Dang, how deep would you like her to go? She went real deep and she did really good, but sometimes when she goes that deep, it scares her a little bit. So then she stopped going deep. She puts it on pause, and we like her to not put it on pause. We like her to build the momentum and to keep going. That's the whole point in going deep. If you go deep in the ocean and then you stop to breathe, what happens? You die. It's the same thing with your momentum. Stop pausing in your depth. Go as deep as you can. One more from the bottom. Okay, let's straighten them. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The top. Okay. Okay, I see you. Okay, so the first card you got is action, right? This is what you're being called to do. Number one, you're being called to not only find balance, but know that there is balance between your 3D life and your divine life, right? There's balance. It can be like two horses racing or playing in the field together. It doesn't have to be all this and all that, or none of this and none of that. You get to decide what that looks like. But the thing that you're being called to understand is when you allow yourself to find that balance and find that pace and find that flow where you don't disconnect it, right? Because there's this feeling, this energy of disconnecting it. It's like when I say this is my life, right? It's not just my business, it's not what I do, it's not how I serve. Yes, it's that, but this is my life. It doesn't turn off, right? And so you're being called to get in that space where it just doesn't turn off, right? It's your life and it doesn't feel like you're always on, because if it's no off and on don't exist. It's just a natural flow. Now, this is how you're going to get to that space of pure abundance, that leisure, life of leisure that is elevated beyond it is now, all the way up, all the way up. That's what I heard. This is what's required. Don't turn it off. Go as deep as you can and exist there, right? There will be normalcy. How you say it? Normalcy is how they saying it to me. But it will be normal for you, and it won't feel weird or strange or like you're always on. You're just gonna be. Now, here's the thing. This came in reverse, and your contract. They're like, okay, you signed this soul contract. You agreed to this. So what is the holdup? Your victory is waiting for you, right? You got some demons to slay, and they not yours. They not yours, right? But it's time to make a decision right now. You're still here, but you're leaning more over on this side, leaning more over on this side, but you haven't fully chosen to fully take the action. And look, when I hold it like this, what does it look like? It looks like the horses are running from this. So there's parts of you that are still running from your soul contract, right? Because sometimes you're afraid that there won't be a balance. Like it's just going to all require work, 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 work. That was then, this is now. You experienced that. And not just before, but in previous lifetimes. Now is where you get to experience this, right? Now's the time where although you're going to be victoriously slaying them demons, you're still going to be able to enjoy life. You're still going to have time to smell the roses, right? Y'all, Anisha has a tea company called Soul Care Tea. Take the other day. Check it out, y'all. It's some amazing tea. I've told you guys about the tea before, but we were blessed to have uh Anitra do her tea chat, right? And it was amazing. She brought us all tea, and she brought us all tea, and I've told you about all the other tea she has, but let me tell you that peppermint one, the mint one, it's not peppermint, mint, it was good. So good. So check it out. You got the intimacy card in each year, and it came in reverse. But here's what I'm being guided to tell you. This is about you giving your inner child a big hug, right? This is really about you taking the time, right? You're being called to really take the time where you go to a park, no blanket, no shoes and socks. Of course, I'm sure you're gonna wear them there, but once you get there, take it off. Sit your butt on the ground and ground and be one with nature, be one with self, be one with source, be one with your inner child, right? And you're being called to really take moments like that where you're having your sister time. It is so good, it is so great, and it's so yummy to the soul, right? And it does have a purpose. But when that's done, the self time, right? That's one of the things that you're being called to do more of, the self time. And not the self time, just the self time that involves like yummy meals like we love, or girl time with your other girlfriends that aren't in the fold of the spiritual sisterhood, right? But that self time versus you and source and every part of yourself, every version of yourself. Allow them to have a voice, because there's some things that have yet to come up that are required to come up so that you can release it and heal it once and for all. And when we have sessions and things like that, it requires you to bring these things with you, but you're not able to bring them if you're not connected to them, right? Okay. So what what I'm hearing is tell her to stop playing small when it comes to what she knows must be done. And what they're showing me, it's like it reminds me of like when cats hide, or when they hide. Sometimes babies do it too, but where they think they're hidden, but they can be seen, and you be looking at them like, for real, you really think I can't see you? That's how it's coming in. And so it's like there's parts of you that are being called to the forefront, and it feels like it's hiding, and even though you don't acknowledge it, you still know it's there. So that metaphor of the, you think you hiding? I can see you, right? Because although you may not have acknowledged certain things, and it feels like sometimes you're waiting for moments like this where spirit calls you out on it. But the thing is, you don't have to be called out because you're already aware. But it really is just that willingness, because although you have come a long way from before when you were running, right? Running, and now you're accepting and you're flowing into it, but there's more flow into it. There's it's just deeper. It's just go deeper, right? I may as well tell you, acknowledge it and bring it up yourself, right? Don't wait to be called out, because you're in a position of leadership, and it requires you to lead you first. That message that came in for everyone, ringing a bell, that was for you. I'm hearing two and also. Okay. So I'm being guided to pull from this. And I just heard this is about self love, self care, right? Napping is amazing, resting is amazing. Now, the next part of that, the next layer of that is that self time. And look, self respect. It's about going deeper, elevating on your journey, right? Following where the light takes you. And this castle represents your abundance. It also represents your protection, your safe space, right? Where you've been and how you've been may feel safe at times, right? Shutting it off may feel safe at times, but really this is a safe space. And again, this whole feeling thing is coming up a lot when we mention abundance, because it's like, yeah, it's cute to have material abundance. That's nice. And that soothes our 3D self. But what we're being called to focus on is the feeling of what abundance really feels like, right? And just not settling for not having abundance in that feeling space. And that's going to help that other kind of abundance that our 3D self soul craves, right? It's going to help that come too. But it's all about the feeling. We're in a season of feeling. So I'm being told, look on the bottom. Okay, look. Oh, I cannot make it up. This is how I'm holding the cards. This is the bottom. Look at it. Do you see that? Life purpose, the garden, serendipity. Can't make it up, sis. And I'm just being called to leave it there and let you do what it do, because life purpose. This is what we're talking about. Watering it, watering it. Serendipity. Okay. That's your message. That's what I got for you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you, sister. I love my sisters. You guys are amazing. You really are. You guys are amazing. I went live in our soul family, and I was just sharing how when I looked around the fire and when we had the tea chat with you, Anitra, just how hearing all the things that everyone does and is doing, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's just it feels good. Feels good to be tea talk. Yes, tea talk. Well, I was calling it tea chat, huh? Wasn't I? It's not tea chat, y'all. It's tea talk. Pat said Tea Talk with Anitra was so much fun. Anitra said yes for self time. That's confirmation. Diamond said Tea Talk was yummy, literally for real. Anitra said, I understand I do tend to hide in plain sight. Anitra said, thank you, ladies. I'm glad you enjoyed tea time. Yes, the feeling. And he just said, thank you. And you guys, you know what? Tea Talk is actually one of the things that Anitra does on the Ashford Scott Life Sculpting team as well. I mean, she does it through her own business too. But yeah, connect with her. It's one of the things that she does, and it's awesome. It's really good. And Atlanta area or anywhere close enough to drive, she actually has in person tea talks and events. So it's something to check out. Pass that powerful message. You got this, Anitra. Yes, we love you too, sis. Oh, thank you, Pat. Thank you. So, yes. Hey, mom. My mom said the tea chat was fantastic. I loved it. Now she told me, she said, I'm not getting on and pout out because I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap. But she here. And I was talking to Deasia on my way up home, on my way upstairs. And I said, Child, I'm tired. But watch, when I get up there, I'm gonna get my second, third, fourth, and fifth win. And it's 6:43, which is 6-7. Okay, so before I go to Boosie's, let me go ahead and do this. We have 5:11, and now I'm being guided to look up 6:43. So you guys know that 6-7 is that order, that divine order. Everything is in divine order and divine timing. Remember, we got that message a few years ago. Divine timing is not some mystery God saying, No, you're not ready. Yes, you're ready. Here you go, my child. That ain't what it is. What it is according to when you're ready. And in the famous words of Sugar Free, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Okay? And how do we stay ready? Well, we just surrender and we just choose to be in flow. And we allow spirit to guide us. And then we ready all the time. We ready all the time. We don't gotta prepare. We don't gotta plan. We just gotta be guided, and we don't got to. I mean, cancel the leave, but it serves our highest good to just okay. I'm ready. I'm gonna go whenever you call. I come. You direct. I follow. That's it. That's it. If we stay ready, we don't have to get ready. We be all up in our head way too much, and it's just being flow. Okay, now let's see. 6:43 and 5:11, which is also 7. So 643. Angel number. Let's see. Mom, we still going to the gym? I can't see your comment, but I'm going. You still going with me? Okay, it says angel number 643 tells you that the diligence and determination you have shown in regards to providing, and this is for all of us, you guys, for providing your families, it says wants and needs, but what serves your family's highest good has manifested in you attracting your well earned rewards and your goals and desires coming to fruition. The work and effort you have put towards serving your life purpose has been acknowledged by the angels and universal energies. So be open to receiving and accepting your good and know that you are being assisted and guided by the angels. Listen to your intuition as you are receiving directions as to the next steps to take. Release any feelings or fears of loss or lack and trust that any material issues will be sorted for your highest good and you will have all it says need, but we're going to cancel the all that serves your highest good when it serves your highest good to receive it. Love Focus upon your life's purpose, which involves bringing joy, love, peace to your own life and to the lives of others. Utilizing your personal will allows the passion, enthusiasm, and joy that is inside you to be expressed in the way you have chosen to fulfill your soul mission. Keep a positive and optimistic attitude and outlook, and be grateful and appreciative for all that you have and all you are yet to receive. Angel number 643 tells you that your excellent work has manifested a continued supply of abundance into your life. Give any fears or concerns the heaven Give any fears and concerns to the heavens and have faith that the angels, archangels, and ascended masters are working behind the scenes to ensure that you will always have enough to sustain you, and any obstacles will be easily overcome. Everything you require comes to you in the perfect time, space, and sequence. Establish balance in all areas of your life and use your unique creative energies in positive and productive ways. Okay, listen, I can't make it up. I mean, this breaks down the things we've been talking about. And here's the thing, for some of you, this may not be where you are right now. This may be spirit saying, listen, this is what's coming if you follow the guidance, right? For some of you, this is where you are and you're receiving that confirmation that it's all going to be provided, right? I brought you to it, so I'm going to see you through it. You've been serving your family, whether it's your blood family, your soul family, your sisters from a different mister, your mother, brother from another, whatever, right? It's all good. It's all positive. Just breathe, relax, and flow. And I heard, looks like I better let it go. Right? Looks like another love TKO. But the love TKO is like spirit just knocking it out the box. Anything that stands in the way. If you just say, I'm ready, I'm on go, guide me, spirit's just in front of you, knocking it out, knocking it out. And I'm seeing like a weed whacker. I'm seeing that. And y'all remember Mike Tyson Punch Out, that game back in the day? I'm seeing a weed whacker like going through getting rid of all the tall corn before you come. And then I'm seeing like Mike Tyson in front of you, just knocking out any opponent, any obstacle, so that the path is clear. They deliver in weird ways, but that's how they deliver it. Let's see what you all are saying before I look up 511, and then Boosie, I will do your reading. Um, and you said, "Thank you, ladies. I'm glad you enjoyed tea time." And she said, "Yes, the feeling. You're so welcome." Pat said, "Yep, okay, we already saw that." Denise said, "And the tea is so yummy." Mom said, "I just woke up from my nap. Yes, I'm going to the gym." Hello, ladies. Okay, so okay, so I'm being guided to do Bootsy, then 511. Oh, we got some more people on. Go ahead and leave the video a thumbs up, y'all, if you didn't already. So, Boosie, do you have a question or would you like a general? Oh my gosh, those pancakes were so good. And this is what I mean by balance. I love extra butter on my pancakes, and so I got extra butter on my pancakes. And you said, "Hey, Mama Wanda." And while I'm waiting for Boosie to answer whether she's doing a general or a question, I'm gonna pull a card. I'm torn. What is your spirit saying I need most? Well, you don't need anything, my beautiful sister, but I can give you a general if you'd like to just kind of hear whatever comes up from spirit. I could do that. Because when we say need, we just keep ourselves in a constant state of need. The universe hears that and responds, I need. Okay, that's a declaration you made over your life. Both. Okay. So then you are in a space of just need, or I want. Okay, I hear you. So here you go. More want. Okay, this one too, and that one. Both. Oh, just the one on top. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so let me tell you what you got. Only one of your cards came in reverse. So you have the journey card. This one is upright. Here's your journey card. You also have man holding a coin, upright. But then this one, Karen Connections, this one is in reverse, and we'll see what the message is as to why. You have magician in the mirror, and then you have community. Okay. So what I just received is as you're journeying along on your journey, it's time for you to take a new path. You have been on a journey and on a mission utilizing tried and true methods to elevate, to sustain, and to move beyond your current circumstances and situations. It's now time for you to step outside of the box, step outside of your comfort zone, and allow yourself to be guided into something that is more fulfilling. This isn't just about a mindset or a mind state. This is also about connections that can lead you to more. You have many doors of opportunities that have come to you and will continue to come to you. But it's the clarity that's lacking. Sometimes you don't know what to say yes to, what to say no to. So as a result, you freeze at times and you just allow yourself to be in that space of waiting, waiting for more clarity. But it's not that the clarity's not there. It's just that I'm hearing both ability and inability to decipher the messages, the guidance, and what you're receiving right in front of you that's lacking. That's okay. You're in a space now where you have an opportunity to elevate. You're in a space now where you have the opportunity to change, to shift that. I heard you've done well, and then I heard oranges and bananas. Okay, is that something that Boosie gonna know what you mean by oranges and bananas, or are you gonna tell me what it is? Oranges and bananas, peanut butter and jelly. They just said, leave it there. She'll get it. Okay, so with the man holding a coin, stop looking for the outside world to provide you with your wealth. Your wealth is something I'm hearing that comes from and brews from within. There's a space inside of you, and it feels like a dark hole, right? And when I say that, the word insatiable comes up. It reminds me of, like, I've seen things back when I was a kid, just in movies, where you could constantly feed it, but it's never full. It doesn't matter how much you feed it, it's hungry and hungry and hungry. And that's what it feels like, right? Now, this hunger can be a good thing if interpreted that way, and if it was something that served you, right? Like a hunger for more of spirit's love, a hunger to go deeper in my purpose, a hunger, right? And where there's balance, but it feels like never satisfied. Right now, I'm hearing Prince singing "Doves When the Doves Cry." It feels like just never satisfied. It's never enough. It's never enough, and it's because you have yet to reach your full potential. It's like, there's more. There's more for you to do. There's more for you to give. There's more for you to be, but yet you don't have the proper tools at this phase and in this space of where you are to go higher. And you're so used to having the tools. Well, it's because the tools that you use to build the house you lived in, right? I'm receiving you're in a limbo, right? They're using metaphors, but you're in a limbo. You lived in this house. It was a beautiful house, right? But you've outgrown it. And so now you're on the hunt for land on where to build your new house. And you're bringing with you the same tools. But this new house requires new tools, because if you use those tools, you're just going to get more of where you are, where you were, what you outgrew. So now it's time for new tools. And this is where the breakdown is. Are you ready to receive those new tools? Okay. Yes, she can give them to you, is what I just heard. So I'm going to say it. And they said, tell her, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay. I'm being told to tell you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to lay. I'm hearing your burdens down, but they're also saying your tools. And now what the tools are representing is everything that you've known, everything you've believed, every way that you've done things. And allow yourself to be shown the way that is in alignment with who you are now and where you're going tomorrow. It's not to say those tools that you had weren't useful or valuable or they didn't work. It's not taking away from those tools. It just doesn't work anymore. Okay. Now, with the magician and the mirror card, you too are a master manifester, which is one of the reasons why it's so frustrating that things aren't moving at a pace that you're used to, right? And then listen, also look at this community card. This right here represents the sisterhood of activating you. That's what it represents, okay? I got to say it how I get it. That's what it represents. You're meant to join them. Fire and ice. Allow your heart to be warmed through truth, and allow yourself to freeze out what doesn't belong. Okay, so now I'm feeling a switch, and it's kind of going into relationships. Some of your relationships are stale, and some of how you're building connections is also relating to the old ways of doing things. You're being called to step out of your comfort zone. So first I was receiving get out more, and then I was receiving get online more. So whatever you're being called to do, it requires you actually getting out and connecting with the public, right? And not like your circle, but the public, getting out and connecting with the public, right? People you don't know. And then also be more active online. Something that you're being called to do, you're being called to bring it online. I'm feeling old school. I prefer old school, but you're being called to bring it online more and get out in public. Speaking, oh goodness, speaking is so key. When you speak, people listen. And what I'm receiving is, sometimes when you're speaking, what it feels like, it's almost like sometimes you get blown away because your higher self just takes over, and there's a part of you that's like, yeah, I know I got this, and you recognize because it's been happening your whole life, but then sometimes you're still even shocked yourself. You're a natural born leader and a natural born speaker, And it's time for you to start doing more of that, more teaching, more serving. And also, I'm being told to tell you to treat yourself to the dessert. Treat yourself to the dessert. Get the dessert. You deserve it. I was just told to tell you, they literally said, tell her she's not at a loss for words. She's just at a loss for tools. Some of those tools are broken, but give them away, right? Give them away. So this is coming in as all the things we learn. It serves a purpose for us and then it serves a purpose for others, but you've just elevated. And it's time to stop fighting the elevation process by staying connected to old ways. Change is good. And now I'm hearing the song of change is going to come. Relax your mind a little bit. Stop overthinking things. Stop thinking so much. You go in and out of very peaceful moments and moments of inactivity, but then you get very hyper focused. And so, again, balance. And this card is also representing that balance. There's no time to sit around thinking about what you could have done. You did what you did, it's done. You learned from it. Now allow yourself to grow from it. What matters now is what you do right here, right now, moving forward. When it comes to love, don't focus on it. Everything will align. Focus on you right now. This is your time to shine. It's your time to be all in. It's your time to show the world what you're really made of. And also get more rest. More rest. Mhm. When you choose to be off, be off. When you choose to shut down, shut down. You know, sometimes we say, okay, I'm off, I'm done. And then ring, 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 or email or whatever, and we on. Mm-mm. Your time is your time. Your time is your time. Doesn't matter who it is. Your time is your time. I had to start reclaiming my time. Treat yourself to the simple things. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. They just said, okay, because I was like, wait, what? They said, tell her you have ex- okay, so they said it two ways. They said expensive taste, but they said champagne taste and beer money. They said, let's change that. Let's change that. They just told me, have her remember the time when she didn't feel broke or broken. Let's change that. Let's take you to new heights. Let's get you on with your program. Let's get you to a space of elevated growth. And they put emphasis on that because if I say it like this, elevated growth, it sounds like something else. But when they say elevated growth, right, it means you can grow here or you can grow here, right? Growth can be here and it can be like this, or it can be here and it could be like this, and then it could be like this, and then it could be like this, right? So they like you to start elevating and growing and not growing like this, right? This is fine, but this is better, right? Okay. Anything else? The bottom. Would you like me to shuffle first? Okay. Okay. This is the last card. And if there's anyone else that would like a reading, let me know. Because if not, this will be the last one. And then we'll do 511 for all of us as a collective. And then I'll pull like two more cards for all of us. 702. We told my brother to call. And 7. Oh, and I'm babysitting my niece tonight, y'all. Virtually. Oh, but you said pull from the bottom. So put this back. Okay. Here's the bottom. Goddess of the moon. Follow your intuition. Connect to your cosmic divine spirit team for the guidance that you seek. Don't be afraid to take action based on what they give you. Don't be afraid to slow down and reroute. Don't be afraid to throw away everything you've known, you've done, and you've been working on. Being willing to have a fresh start, a fresh slate is necessary. Doesn't mean you'll be made to throw it all away, but the willingness to do so is necessary. There's so many changes that are to be made, but you don't have to make them. Just be guided. We will show you the way. I'm being told to tell you don't stop listening to music that you love. And then I heard, don't stop believing. Where's Alotha with that playlist? Anything else? I was just told to tell you to have faith and just know that money and abundance will come to you. So will joy on a new level. So will peace. And so will forgiveness. Start with the forgiveness. And then everything else will fall into place as you allow yourself to heal from the unknown. One more look at the bottom. And this is how your bottom was. Oh, and look, it's the heart chakra. Then we also have the number 2 and 12. So you may feel led to look up the number 5. And just remember your thoughts play a really pivotal um, role in the outcome. Anything else? I was just told to tell you, tell her we love her and we miss her connecting with us. So, ancestors or entire divine spirit team, your ancestors, connect with them. They're here to serve you. Okay. That's your message. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. I'm going to see if you've been saying anything. Hey, Alapha, you here? Hey, Serby. Boosie said, Ashe, so much. See, my brother's calling. Um, yep, he's calling. I told him to call at 7. You are so welcome. Thank you. Hey, Michonne. Hey, Alapha. Hi, Toy Toy. I'm just gonna let my brother know to call back, you guys. And then I'll go ahead and do Derek's reading, and then Toy Toy, I'll do yours too. Hey, Kevin, I'm on live right now. I will be done probably in about 30 minutes, and then I'll be picking up mom so we can go to the gym. Can you call back then? Huh? Okay, love you. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Um. Okay. Thank you, Anitra. I just got for Derek. Hey, Serby. Welcome back, Stephanie. Okay. And then Pat. So we have Derek, um, Toy Toy, and Pat. Depending on which one of you send yours first, is the order will go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cash app because Toy Toy, I see that you were asking about it. Why won't that go in? Oop, what? Oh wait, maybe because I'm not in the right spot. Hmm. So yeah, I'm babysitting my niece. Today is her birthday, her 5th birthday, you guys. It's not a lot. Let me see if this works. If I can put it in. But my sister and my brother are going to be they have a virtual meeting, and so I'm gonna be babysitting her, keeping her occupied. I know she's 5. Um, this later this month, I'm going down there for her preschool graduation, and she was asking me if I was coming to her birthday party, and I was like, no. Okay, let me stop chatting up. Hey, Alata, because the battery about to go dead, y'all. We got low battery. Your Mac will sleep soon unless it's plugged into a power outlet, and I ain't bring no plug. I ain't bring no plug. Okay, so Derek's getting a general. Hi, Toy Toy. Thank you. And Toy Toy, give me your actual name because you know me, so that means I know you. And y'all, I'm gonna stop worrying about this strap. Let me just show you. You see that? It look dirty, but it ain't because I use Vaseline. And so this strap, my strap be annoying as heck because it look dirty, but it ain't. It's Vaseline. And so I'm not about to stress over that. I'm only gonna say it once. So whoever get on and see my strap and think it's dirty, so be it. It ain't dirty. It's Vaseline. I moisturize my skin with Vaseline. Oh, hey TK. Y'all together? Okay. Okay, let's see. Derek's doing a general, or did he have a question? Child looked dirty to me. If you could have seen the color it was. And I have another bra this color, and it don't do that. But these straps, this is the convertible bra. Convertible bra. It's actually my favorite bra. And these straps absorb the Vaseline and it just doesn't wash out. General. Okay. Okay, so listen, because like I said, the battery, the battery is on red. I don't have no charger. Excuse me. So let me look to see who all has sent their payment. Toy Toy, are you connected with me on social media? Okay, I see yours, Latoya. I see Pat. Okay, so um, if we get disconnected, if we're connected on social media, I will uh, do your reading. If it's general, let me know. If it's okay. If it's a question, let me know your question. Let me know if we're connected on social media. Latoya, is this Latoya from Patton? I'm not saying your last name because I'm not gonna put you on blast. This is for Derek. Because I have a feeling we're gonna get disconnected before I have an opportunity to finish all the readings here. And so I'm gonna go to the gym and talk to my brother, and then when I come home, at the latest, you'll have it tomorrow because I'm also babysitting my niece at 9 p.m. my time. Okay, so let me know. Okay, this is for Derek. I have blossoming abundance. Ooh. I have goddess of the moon, man holding a coin, and door to value. So what I just heard is you are in this space where mental abundance and clarity is coming, right? But what it's coming in as, it's about you tapping more into that intuitive and creative space that says, this is what I'd like to do every day, right? And now they just threw something real crazy out there, but they're saying like surfing. I just heard, or eating possum pie. And so the reason why it sounds so off the wall is because it can be anything. What they're telling me to tell you is they'd like you to decide what you'd like to do every day with your life, free and clear from what you've always done, what you've always known, what you've always believed, and what you've been taught. You have this free streak in you, but you also have this really buttoned up streak. And there feels to be this waiting period of just letting that free streak just totally run wild, right? Like, and it feels like retirement. Like retirement, I just see you sitting around just like, woohoo,